Today on Eppy's Top Shop, we're talking horsepower. I said horsepower! Whoa, that's more good. What it is. And you can tell, it's taken me about 2 years, but I've just about acquired everything to bang Sandy's 306 together. The channel's grown a little bit, so I just wanted to buzz through it just real fast. And then I want to jump forward to working on Sandy's heads, because I'm doing just a real quick port and polish on them. So I want to let you guys check that out. But right here, front and center, got the budget 283. We're still only 75 bucks into this engine, and I've not, completely torn into it. But I traded the spare white black parts that I had laying around. I just never managed to acquire the short black itself for an Edelbrock Performer intake manifold. It's in really good shape. It just needs cleaned up. And I slapped Sandy's carburetor on top of it, just for pretty factor. But I'm hoping to sell a couple other things around the garage to acquire enough money for like a re-ring and bearing kit for this everything. A re-ring and bearing kit and everything for this. At some point in time, blow it apart, get it's a super cheap rebuild kit for this. Bang it back together, try and get it fired up. I'm not trying to flex here at all. You guys know I don't have a lot of money. I try to make that clear in like all of my videos. Everything I have, I wheel and deal and trade for. I just don't have a lot of cash. I just bust my ass just to not have neighbors. Is basically where I'm at in life. But it's taken me about 2 years to acquire all this stuff, and this is just a Comp 268H cam. I don't remember the specs off the top of my head. I'll post them down here. And it's good. It's just a stock 40 over, like 306. I had my crank polished. My headers are actually sitting over there. I didn't bring them over here. Just some shorty headers, mid-length. And then ARP main bolts. I got my King main bearings and rod bearings. Got my Mao rings. And then I got my Federal Mogul Speed Pro flat top pistons, just some 40 over, boys. They're nothing fancy. It'll bump the compression up from the, I think it's like 8 and change or whatever it is from the factory. So I'm hoping to be a little over 9. I'm not going to do the math. I'm just going to show you some porting and polishing I'm doing real quick. And that's what we'll jump into. Alright guys, so, don't be too judgmental on me. I'm not a pro engine builder or anything, and I'm not trying to build a 1,000 horsepower engine. In all honesty, I'm probably going to be at like 200. I'm just looking for some nice low-end grunt to go along with my 3-speed. And honestly, if I beat on it too hard, I'm probably going to either blow that thing up, or the little Dana 44 back here with the mini spool in it. It's probably not going to take too much abuse. I don't know. But like I said, I've just been over here dinking around with the heads, and this is just a factory Ford casting. This is just how everything came. Look at the, the real harsh turns it takes, and then the giant booger on the valve guide area, on the intake side. And then on the exhaust side, I mean, it bottlenecks down, and again, all kinds of just harsh curves. Right here, with just a little bit of work, I've got a half hour, 45 minutes in between the two sets. And again, I'm no pro porter, obviously. But all I didn't really take any meat out. All I did was just knock down these extremely harsh edges. I just smoothed them out. basically all the way around, and I kind of knocked down that bottleneck just a little bit. And then on the intake side, I did only the bowl area. I didn't mess with the intake runner at all. So just right here. Again, I just knocked out that real harsh turn right there, and where it bottlenecked right here, smooth it out. The exhaust side I did clean up kind of all the way through, and I kind of started on this side, and I didn't blow it out at all. But I've got maybe an hour into these two sets. You know, I'll probably have, I don't know, 5 or more hours into both sets of these heads. Just knocking this down real quick. Again, I'm not taking out any meat. I'm just trying to smooth down some of the real harsh transitions and where it bottlenecks, and clean up around the valve areas, because it does kind of choke right there. These do have to go to the machine shop still. So if I end up nicking a valve area, it's whatever. I didn't intend on putting bigger valves in, but if I have to, whatever. And you're probably like, why would you port your heads and then not run bigger valves? I don't know, I watch a lot of like engine building stuff, and for like fuel efficiency, but mainly low end torque. A lot of guys will actually like port and polish a set of heads up real nice, and then just run small valves, and it'll run a real low torque curve. So that's what I'm shooting for, man. I'm going for like first and second gear burnouts in this thing, and you know, whatever abuse this engine takes is whatever abuse this engine takes. You know, it's 40 over, so it's a 306. It'll have a little more compression, mild cam, a little bit of lope in it, some mid-length headers attached to its 3-speed. Like I said, the Ford Performance aluminum intake manifold with my little spacer, and it's just a 500 CFM vacuum secondary. It's a super basic carb. I probably should have went a little bit bigger, but you know, whatever. Maybe I'll put it on the budget 283 and get me a bigger one, but I don't know. That's money I don't have, so I probably won't. But anyway, let's fire up some music and tear into these a little more. And I think I want to attack this guy because it's so bad. So get a good look at this guy. Ready? I think I'm going to try and get the screwdriver in here, smack it with the hammer, try and get that big chunk of slag out, and then I'm going to just jump up in here and show you kind of like step by step. I don't think I want to drag you along because it's a long process, but I'll get this out and then like shape it, rough it, clean it, and I'll jump back in and kind of show you each step. Bow. And just real quick, guys, that took me like 5 minutes, and I didn't do nothing but knock off that chunk, and I came in through here with my aggressive carbide, and I just knocked down that sharp edge and opened up that bottleneck just a little bit, and that's it. And same thing on the exhaust side here. Just got rid of that sharp. I mean, it was basically a 90 there. Like I said, I got maybe 5 minutes just in cleaning that up real quick. And after that, man, I'll just take that same carbide bit and I'll just clean up the bowl area, just kind of blend everything. I've got some smaller ones, and I zip down there into some of the crevices. And that's all I do, guys. This isn't like, again, this isn't a 1,000 horsepower engine. There's a lot of like things you need to know about if you're really getting into it that I'm not going to get into. But you guys can do this, man. You can make some extra horsepower for just a couple hours of your time with stuff you got sitting around in the garage. So here's after probably another, I don't know, 5 minutes and just a bit change. And I mean, just look at the dramatic difference. And again, not perfect. Not a 1,000 horsepower build, and I'm not a pro. But I'm going to probably just do a little montage, do some bit changes, and knock this out. them out side by side so we can check out our difference here. And I know I showed you before, but so here's what a stock intake port looks like. Note the real sharp edge and the way it bottlenecks right there. And then this is what we did. Transitions, much better. And I didn't touch any of the runner, so all the way through is all still textured and everything, so the air should atomize just fine. And then exhaust side, again, severe bottleneck, sharp edge, and it's just like that all the way through. And jump over here. No more bottleneck, no more sharp edges. And that's all I did on every set of the chamber in that head. On the exhaust side, like I said, I just cleaned up the bowl, cleaned up the transitions. The exhaust side, I did go all the way through the port. On the intake, like I said, you want to leave it kind of rough for air atomization, and it's another reason I only touched the bowl. But that's about all I got going on that one head. I still have to do all of the other one. Alright guys, I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. I'm sorry it was kind of like a bit short and it kind of jumped around a little bit. Forgive me. Again, we just moved into the new house and we're now switching jobs as well. I'm really hoping to bang this engine out sometime soon. Get this truck on the road. And I know it's a short parts list. Like I said, I'm not a man of money. I was trying to make the power that I could with an engine that I'm actually not super into. I don't intend on keeping the 302 in this truck very long. I intend on blowing it up and then doing like a big block Cadillac or just something different. A 302 is a basic white girl engine to me, just like a 350 NLS. It's boring. It's boring. It's boring. Anyway, when that blows up, we're gonna go a different route. And I know throwing a lot of money and time, specifically time, into these heads probably seems like, waste to a lot of people. But if you take in consideration that this is a 70s, late 70s era engine, they weren't designed for horsepower. This engine was actually rated at 135 horsepower and 230 foot-pounds of torque with this cast iron intake, 2-barrel manifolds, and all that. I'm hoping with, a little bit better flowing head, a bigger cam, 4-barrel intake, headers, a better ignition, better carburetor. I'm really hoping to push that engine to around like 200 horse. I don't think I'll have any issues seeing like 200 horse, 300 foot-pounds. And that is going to be plenty enough to do some burnouts and probably blow up this rent. Maybe. I don't know. But I got a lot of work to do, guys. I got to do this whole other head, and I got to sell some stuff to earn some machine shop and budget 283 money. And then we got the Ranchero. We got the rusty Ranchero. What am I doing? What am I doing? Anyway, thank you guys. We smacked 500. I'm at 503 now. We hit 500 and it's just going. It's just going. Got 500 plus subs now, guys. I am just eternally thankful. Thank you guys so much. If you would, do your boy a solid. Do some sharing, some subscribing, tell your friends. Take a look in the comment section in the bio. There's a link to my wife's Etsy page where you can get the Eppy Stop Shop hoodies. Eppy Stop Shop hoodies, stickers. The cartoon logo that you see on the back of the Ranger is coming to t-shirts. I'm also going to make that available on the website. So, again, thank you guys for tuning out. Don't tune out, tune in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Much love, gang, deuces.